I gotta ask, what do you think about Kendrick Lamar, Not Like Us, getting Record of the Year?
I don't care nothing about that shit.
No.
That ain't got nothing to do with me. All the best to him, man.
Okay, cool.
I don't do that bullshit.
I feel you, man. I feel you.
What are your thoughts on Drake?
Torture Talk After Hours, you know what it is. So yesterday, Kendrick Lamar won all these awards. So we're going to check in with Fantastic Hip Hop, see what they got to say. And you know what it is. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Let's get it.
Now we are officially witnessing the greatest victory lap we have ever seen in the history of hip-hop as at this year's Grammy Awards. Kendrick Lamar managed to make history like we have never seen, as with the sweep he had with all 5 awards he took home, he didn't just become the first rapper to ever win not just one but multiple Grammys with a diss track, which in of itself is so legendary, but he has also joined...
Yeah, I'm going to tell you now, that's definitely legendary. We never seen nothing like this. A diss track getting a Grammy Award. Kendrick Lamar has broke so many records. He has done so much for the state of hip hop, and I think a lot of people don't really appreciate his genius, I should say. You got people really hating on him out here. They don't really, try to understand the genius level of this man. And it's just weird to me that people would do that. It's like people would deliberately not listen to him or not hear him out because they want to hate on him. One of my friends said, I just don't want to like Kendrick. And I'm like, what does that mean? You don't want to like Kendrick? Nah, I just don't want to like him. I don't really care. And I'm like, but did you ever listen to his stuff? I don't want to. I don't care for it. And I'm like, but how can you judge him if you didn't? I just don't care. I don't care. I don't want to hear it. And I'm like, okay, bro. like you seem like you upset about it. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
Childish Gambino as the second rapper ever to win in the Song and Record of the Year categories, and now with Kendrick being able to break this barrier down and do it with a record that is channeling what hip-hop is about when it's at its most competitive, this is just unprecedented and something that we have never seen like this before. And now from Kendrick just dominating the biggest award show in music within a way that only few others ever have, to the way the crowd reacted to Kendrick winning these major awards and Not Like Us playing, which featured everyone from Jay and Beyonce to Taylor Swift just all screaming out the lyrics to not just the most impactful diss track of all time, but one of the most influential songs hip-hop has ever seen. What is now clear...
I think that a lot of people, especially people in that crowd, they was rooting for Kendrick, but I'm going to be honest with y'all. The more and more I think about it, the more and more I think they're happy that Drake is out of here. And not because they feel like Drake should be out of here because he was with so many multiple hits and all this stuff. No, I just think that people got tired of that cookie cutter bullshit rap. You know what I'm saying? They just got tired of it. And I think that a lot of people, they're excited. They're excited for Kendrick. That's what it is.
Is that this victory lap for Kendrick is marking just how significant Drake's downfall in the entire music industry is as a whole. And now beyond Kendrick's success, which is just way beyond any beef with Drake at this point, other artists like Taylor Swift and some of the biggest executives in the industry, including the ones Drake is directly suing, made sure to send him a message at the biggest event in the industry that they no longer need him and that his career is really over. But now before we go any further into this, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And so now with everything that went down at the Grammys, after Drake and OVO have been exposed for trying to stop Kendrick Lamar and TDE from just going on the greatest victory lap they possibly could, and also solidifying themselves as the best label in all of music with all the artists they have right now and the success they are seeing with someone like Doechii, which shout out to her for winning Best Rap Album of the Year. That is a huge milestone and is showing just how far up Kendrick and everyone around him is going right now. After Drake and OVO crossed lines that even...
Damn, that's crazy, man. I know Top Dog is proud, man. He's very proud. He got some of the greatest albums ever created in hip hop. And then he got new artists. He got multiple Grammys over there, man. I'm telling you, man, TDE is the greatest hip hop album label. In my opinion, hip hop label of all time, I'm going with TDE. I put TDE over Bad Boy. I put TDE over Rockefeller. I think TDE is the best hip hop label of all time, in my opinion. After last night, they definitely the best hip hop label in my opinion.
For that marked a new low. Everything that went down with Kendrick, Not Like Us, and the Grammys as a whole is just having even more impact than it ever would, because in an award show like the Grammys, the fact that even in an award show of this scale, and that goes so far beyond the influence of hip-hop, that the voters are recognizing this record for its full greatness, and from the rap categories where it was a clear favorite to some of the most competitive categories in the entire show, with of course none other than 2 of the big 4 categories in record and song of the year. The fact that Not Like Us was able to hurdle over something that even the greatest rappers before could not, and join a club that only one other rapper has ever been able to achieve before Kendrick, all in all, this is just such a huge accomplishment and really a major milestone in hip-hop history, because if you heard Kendrick's speech, from shouting out legends in attendance like Dr. Dre, Jay, and Swizz Beatz, to shouting out rappers who turned him into the MC we know him as today like Jason Martin and Daylight, and of course bringing things full circle, J-Rock, Absol, and Schoolboy Q. Just from the very essence of how Kendrick Lamar took the stage and spoke, which one of the most important things he said was his message to
It's crazy, man. Yo, it's so crazy how we got to this point. It's really crazy. We got here kind of quick too. Like I remember when Not Like Us dropped. I remember, and I said to my boy, "Yeah, this song was gonna be the biggest song of his career. I'm telling you right now, this is gonna go." He didn't believe it. He didn't really like it, and I said, "I'm telling you, bro, watch." And then he came back like 3 days later. He was like, "Oh man, yeah, this song is fire, man." I said, I told you.
every rapper coming into the genre to respect the art form, which is really more pivotal than ever to say with all of the embarrassing things guys like Drake are doing. Overall, to have Kendrick now leading forward and repping hip-hop on the highest level possible and managing to seamlessly bring the culture and roots that define this art form, and its very core seamlessly to such a wider audience, is why beyond his skill as an MC alone, Kendrick is a perfect choice to be the face of rap music going forward, because he can lead the genre to places that it otherwise could never reach while keeping the art form of all of it intact. And so now with Kendrick's sweep proving this and seeing the entire music industry and the people in attendance just rap the lyrics of Not Like Us within a fashion which is once again showing the actual...
Yo, Taylor Swift is a wild girl, man. She loved Kendrick, man. Yo, Taylor loved Kendrick, bro. She really do. I remember when she's a super fan of Kendrick Lamar. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. I remember everybody was saying she was gonna be on Kendrick album. Kendrick Lamar bring her out at the Super Bowl, bro. Y'all gonna be big mad. Y'all gonna be like, man, this is crazy, man. He needed Taylor Swift, bro. It's crazy. Big mad. I'm telling you right now. Big mad.
Importance this record is having, despite what Drake and his fans want to say about the song being nowhere near as close to big as the numbers say. Beyond seeing all the reactions to this song, which in of itself was so telling about the moment, what everything at the Grammy showcased is that beyond Kendrick winning this beef and how hip-hop feels, from label execs to people like John Lennon's son, who made sure to say to never challenge Kendrick Lamar in a rap battle, to even Taylor Swift, who seemed to be enjoying Kendrick's success and Not Like Us winning so many awards more than pretty much anybody else did. All in all, everyone doesn't just love seeing Kendrick win and bring hip-hop to this entire new audience and stage. But from J&B to a lot of others, the way Drake has been treating and messing with so many other people in the industry has finally caught up to him, and we are now at the point where everyone is enjoying seeing the end of his success and his run. And I mean, for this many people to enjoy your downfall, this just doesn't happen unless you create so many problems for yourself, and now what seemed to be...
That's exactly what I said. The reason why he's in the situation he's in, he put this all on himself. I don't know why people are so surprised or so shocked that the industry is against Drake. Drake did this to himself. all the stuff that he said, all the stuff he did, all the arrogant stuff I'm just saying, from what we see on the outside, I could just imagine how Drake is in person. I could just imagine. I could imagine. It's crazy.
The biggest message that was being sent to Drake during the entire Grammys? Beyond just Not Like Us winning so many awards and seeing the impact of that. Really, what was more telling was the fact that Lucien, the head of UMG, which is Drake's label, who he is of course in a horrible situation with all from his own doing, was right in the crowd at attendance in the Grammys, and seemingly who he went with and who he was sitting next to the whole time, which really just sent the clearest message possible, was the top artist from the label in terms of what they are bringing in and the success they see. And of course who I am talking about is none other than Taylor Swift. And now with the head of the biggest label in the world and Taylor sitting together the way they were, I mean, in this time we're part of why Drake...
Taylor Swift looked like she gained some weight. She looked like she gained a little bit of weight. Taylor gained a little bit of weight. She was a skinny Joe. Well, you know, they said the camera actually put weight on you, so she might still be skinny. I thought Taylor Swift was okay looking girl, okay looking gal. I think she has a pretty face. I mean, she ain't bad, but she has a pretty face. She just seemed like she's I don't know. She tough as nails.
Taylor sitting together the way they were. I mean, in this time where part of why Drake is going after his label beyond being mad about how Not Like Us ruined his image is because he wants to re-sign with them and get an even bigger deal than his last one. And also he wants so many other benefits from them that no other artist has ever had, despite him only seeing declining success year after year. The guy who Drake once called his best friend and Taylor sitting together at the biggest event in music, and in this time where Drake is demanding so much and trying to ruin their name within a way that no other star has ever even thought of, is really sending the message to Drake that when it comes to having the big star who can release music frequently and do so many other things like move all types of merch and perform in the biggest venues possible, that Taylor is the person they need and not him, and anything that she doesn't get, because even she does not have the type of deal Drake wants, he is never gonna come close to having. And I mean, from Taylor, who was doing a better job at being a pop star than Drake ever could at his best, to Kendrick Lamar, who was doing a way better job at being a rapper and leader for hip-hop than Drake ever could as well, to even The Weeknd, who performed at this show and showed that he is a better leader for the entire sound of the Six than Drake ever could be. Overall, in this time where Drake has done nothing but embarrass himself with how bad the release of his new music has been, and in the greater sense, how many questionable decisions he has been making. For everything Drake said he was worth and tried...
Yeah, he's been making a lot of bad decisions. I'm going to tell y'all, him going after the record label was the worst thing he could have did. I don't understand why he would do something like that. I don't. Like, even if you felt that way, you should have kept that shit to yourself and kept it moving. Should have kept it moving. I'm thinking that the only reason why he did this because he wanted to get out of the deal. That's what I'm thinking. I don't think he want to be in the deal. Maybe he want to go somewhere else. I don't know. But where's there really else to go? I mean, UMG kind of owns everything at this point.
To get across over and over again, which was pretty much all we heard him talk about on records like Scary Hours 3, CLB, and For All the Dogs. Because when Drake was not embarrassing himself on those records by being one of the most uncreative artists out at this point, he just couldn't stop talking about how important he is to the music industry. Fast forward to now, and after actually being checked for all the claims he is making, he has fallen off harder than ever, as from The Weeknd to Taylor to Kendrick. Beyond just losing the rap beef and shaking up everything with the decisions he made in response to it. Because of all of the choices Drake has made, which he has managed to make worse and worse ones at every single corner, he has now just been replaced in every single sense of the word with artists who are all performing to higher ceilings, because at the end of the day, when you look at the industry and when things never matter more, by the greatest metric, Taylor, The Weeknd, and Kendrick are all stadium artists now, and meanwhile Drake, who wants to be treated better than all of them combined, is still stuck doing arenas. And I mean, the fact that Drake tried to make a joke
I mean, arenas are still big, but they ain't no stadiums though. But said he's struggling to sell tickets, man. I know a lot of y'all don't believe it, but they said he's struggling to sell tickets. That's what they're saying.
about Kendrick Lamar winning Grammys on Family Matters. And fast forward to now, and the song that was made in a response to that song gave him 5 whole awards in a single night, which, keep in mind, is the same amount of Grammys that Drake has won during his entire career. Overall, this just makes this moment all the more hilarious, because Drake's diss tracks have managed to look even worse in retrospect, as Kendrick has just made him regret even more of the words he has said. And I mean, with Kendrick Lamar just setting an entire new ceiling on the impact that a diss track can have, and the reach hip-hop can get in general, because throughout all the years, it seemed like no matter how good a rapper was and what type of hit record they may have been offering, despite Childish Gambino, who got through this impossible barrier with a record that, funny enough, was originally supposed to be a Drake diss, the fact that Kendrick was able to go up in one of the most competitive years of the Grammys, where labels were trying to use this show.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that This Is America was supposed to be a Drake diss. I didn't even know that. I mean, hey.
To highlight so many other new artists, and specifically pop stars in this category, and yet he was able to hold all of it off and take home these coveted awards, which again, even the most dominant albums from people like Ye, Lil Wayne, Eminem, and Jay were never able to take in the past. There is no other way to say it, but this is truly the stuff of legends, and is really going to go down as one of the most iconic award show moments we have ever seen from a rapper. And the fact that after this, Kendrick Lamar still has the Super Bowl coming up, where he is just going to reach an even higher stage, this just makes everything we have seen at the Grammys seem even more exciting and more promising for the future of what it means for hip-hop. And now with all of this, from Not Like Us sweeping the Grammys, which is just so historic, to Taylor Swift proving that she is the person who has control and friendships with the industry in the manner that Drake has always rapped and tried to convince us about, but as it has actually turned out and we saw what Drake is now doing against them couldn't be further from the truth. Overall, what is clear is that when it comes to Drake and the entire industry, we have really seen the last of Drake, who was releasing the most mid music and was still having it be propped up by the people who benefited from his success. And now from pop to hip-hop, it is now abundantly clear that beyond making every single person who is important angry, the people who are now in control are doing better things than he ever could. And for this reason, going forward, we are clearly seeing now that Drake's downfall is just getting started in terms of its impact on the industry. And also that the success of a rapper like Kendrick Lamar is only going to go up from here, because if Not Like Us can win these awards like Record and Song of the Year, who knows, maybe we will see GNX win something like Album of the Year at the next Grammys. Because with what Kendrick Lamar is doing, he is proving that with each new thing he does.
I definitely think that GNX is going to win Hip Hop Album of the Year. Because it was this year, all the way up until, I believe, August or something like that. So, yeah. Man, we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see. Let's keep it going.
What is happening across the board is that history is being made. And so now with all this said, let me know, what did you think about the latest Grammys? Did you think the awards that were handed out were deserved? And do you think Kendrick Lamar is having...
All right, man. Make sure y'all go follow Fantastic Hip Hop. Yeah, I got a new light, and it makes it look better, but that joint is so bright, man. Might have to go back to the other light, because for some reason you can't turn it down. I don't know why. Or maybe I'll just move the light out the way or something. Maybe that'll help. But, I mean, it'll still look good. I'm just saying. Yeah, man. I think this is a pinnacle moment for hip-hop. I think we all need to understand that. Kendrick is here to stay now, and we'll see what happens. I think definitely still want to see if he drops the GNX Deluxe Edition. If he does before the Super Bowl. Somebody said he might drop it on Friday, which would be dope. So we'll see what happens. But thank y'all for joining me. After Hours. You know what it is. Peace. Bye.